Welcome to HealthWatch, presented by Novant Health. I'm your host, June Baker. Our show features local physicians and health professionals discussing health topics of importance to local residents. Today we will meet Dr. Ted Parcell, who has recently joined Novant Health Orthopedics and Spine, Brunswick. Then we'll learn about upcoming events. Ginny Griffin Varnum and John Dallas will share details about the Novant Health Brunswick Medical Center Foundation's Saturday Night Fever event. And Paige Lippard and Christy Williamson will tell us about this year's Brunswick Beacon Health Expo. Stay tuned to learn about valuable health topics with HealthWatch. First, let's welcome Dr. Ted Parcell of Novant Health Orthopedics and Spine, Brunswick. Dr. Parcell, welcome to the area.
Thank you very much for having me.
Such a pleasure, and thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day. I know that's asking a lot, but we're real excited to learn about you and about your background. So share some of that information with our viewers.
Sure. I'm from Pennsylvania, and I married a girl from North Carolina is how we wound up down this way.
Of course.
And we had been coming to the beach for many, many years, and we bought a second home down here, and eventually we decided enough of the back and forth and wanted to make the beach our permanent home.
Nice. Well, that's great. So you did marry a North Carolina girl.
I sure did.
Good for you.
It was a great decision.
So I believe you were recently located in the High Point area?
I was working for Wake Forest Baptist there as a joint replacement surgeon, and this opportunity became available, and it was too good to pass up.
Wow, well, we're really happy about that. It sounds like most of your training focused on joint reconstruction. Is that accurate?
Yes. After my residency training, I went down to Tampa, Florida, and did an extra year of hip and knee replacement. And this included some of the very simple, straightforward primary joint replacements, but we also got into some of the very complex reconstructions, infections, fractures. So I've developed that into my practice since I began practice, and I'm more than happy to take care of all those here locally.
There are a lot of hips and knees in this area.
Which is great. With the active older community who want to play golf and be active and outdoors, it's a great population. And I think it'll work very well for me with the community, and I hope I can be a great asset to them. Yeah,
I heard pickleball is really on the uptick here, so you...
Sure, and they'll be very... we'll get to know more about that and all our patients' activities.
Right. I'm curious, is there anything in particular that attracted you to orthopedic care?
I'd always been an athlete as a child, and when some of your favorite athletes get hurt, and you kind of start seeing about how they would get fixed, and my head works more mechanical. I did well with the mechanic side of physics, not the electric side. I was never going to be a cardiologist or neurologist. It was the mechanical side and it makes a lot of sense in that transition into orthopedics.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Well, we are really glad that you chose our area to call home. And I know you married a North Carolina girl. Is there anything else that attracted you to our area?
Getting back down the beach, you know, we had come down so many times with our family, and the kids would get so excited as we would get near, you know, we're here, and they would be all bummed out when we would have to leave. So as a decision for the family, it was the best, and why have to pack up the car on a Friday afternoon and head down this way?
That is sad.
Yes, and then Sunday evening you got to pack up and head back, and it was enough of that. Let's make this full time. And
the weather's so great here, and there's just so much. If you like outdoor activities, that period of time where you can do that is so long here. It's like the growing season's so long.
Sure, more months out of the year to be outside and active, and
and it's great for kids.
Right.
It is great for kids.
And my kids love swimming, love the beach,
nice.
And it was a natural decision.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your clinic here in Brunswick County. What types of services or surgeries do you perform?
Sure. Our clinic is located in Supply, around the corner from the old hospital.
Right.
And there will be myself and our 2 physician's assistants will be in the office. As far as services, we'll do office-based injections and fracture treatment and casting. But my primary interest, as we mentioned earlier, is joint replacement, both hip and knee replacement, from the simple to the complex. I'll be glad to see second opinions, people who have perhaps had something done elsewhere and wanted to have it evaluated. I'd be more than glad to do so.
Awesome, because a lot of people, when they've moved here, they've already had a joint replacement in, say, the Northeast or something, and so sometimes those wear out, I guess.
Yes, and I'm the only surgeon in the area with advanced joint replacement training between Wilmington and South Carolina.
Wonderful. Well, I think you'll be, there'll be a lot of folks want to see you, because I have friends that got shoulders and knees and what have you when they were 30, and so they wear out after a while. And,
certainly.
Yeah. So where exactly are you located again? You're near the old hospital.
Near the old hospital in Supply, just a few minutes south of the hospital in Bolivia. The office is at 5 Dr. Circle. Excuse me, 6 Dr. Circle in Suite 5 there.
Great. Well, let's talk a little bit about your general approach to your patients and patient care. How would you describe that?
I'm very casual. I'm not one of these buttoned-up doctors who's going to be, was in the 3-piece suit, looking over his glasses down at his patient as some professorial, not trying, but I'm more casual, get to know them, and I'm blessed with a good memory that I can often just remember my patient's face and their story without having to look through the chart and get to know it. I think establishing those relationships goes very far.
Relationships are very important.
Yes.
Yeah, they certainly are. I understand that you offer minimally invasive options for quicker recovery. Is that correct?
Yes. With joint replacements, the day and age of big, long incisions and patients would be scared of all that's involved. We've been able to refine our surgery techniques and rehab protocols to get people moving, and they're in and out of the hospital in a day or so.
Wow, that would be awesome.
So it's been a game changer. Things have really changed over the last several years to allow us to do so.
That's amazing. Yeah. Well, I believe I've seen that patients can call the office or go online to schedule appointments for you.
Yes, they certainly can.
And can you provide the viewers with those details?
Sure. The office phone number is 910-721-4370.
Great. Well, we really appreciate you spending time with us today, and we look forward to having you back. And welcome to the area.
Thanks so much for having me.
You're welcome. Next, let's welcome Jenny Griffin Varnum and John Dallas of the Novant Health Brunswick Medical Center Foundation. Jenny and John, what a pleasure to have you guys on the show today. I'm so excited about this topic. So I'm anxious to learn more about this upcoming event, and it's called Saturday Night Fever, right?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So before we get into that, let's learn about you two. So Jenny, let's start with you. Tell me a little bit about yourself and your role here at with Novant Health Brunswick Medical Center Foundation.
Okay, my name is Jenny Griffin Varnum. My grandparents moved to the area in the early 60s, so I am a native of Brunswick County. Married, 3 daughters. We have a horse farm in Bolivia.
You do?
Yes, where we've held several fundraising events for local community organizations.
Oh, I need to talk to you about that. My granddaughter is a horsewoman. So,
my oldest daughter runs the farm, and my second daughter is in vet school. So it's definitely a family operation. But it also has given us an opportunity to hold fundraising events there. So when Cindy called me to be involved in this, it was kind of a natural fit, and I like to plan parties, so.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
So how about you, John? Tell me about yourself.
I'm a Brunswick County native. My family is born and raised here in Brunswick County, and so am I. Went off to college and never left. I came back and just been involved in the industry. My family, we have a business here, Strand Termite and Pest Control. And I know Cindy, and she approached me probably about a year ago about joining the foundation board. So I gladly accepted, and it's been just wonderful. I've been involved in a lot of things here in Brunswick County. This is home for me, so I want to spend as much time and put as much back into the community and a little bit of youth and help in any way that I can. And then we just got excited about the Saturday Night Fever. Obviously, I've helped with a lot of other events, so it was just wonderful that I was able to be a part of the board and be a part of the committee as well and help all hands on deck and use my talents. So.
Awesome. Well, we're really happy you're on the foundation. I think you're great. You bring a lot of resources and just a lot of experience to that. So sounds like it's going to be fun. So let's talk a little bit about the foundation, because there's maybe some people out there aren't real familiar with it. So tell me a bit about the Novant Health Brunswick Medical Center Foundation. What does it do?
I think a lot of people don't realize that the Brunswick Novant Medical Center is a nonprofit hospital.
Correct.
So the foundation is integral in helping to provide funding for certain programs.
Right.
Prescription assistance for patients leaving the hospital.
Right.
There's a breast cancer program that helps provide mammograms and checkups for underinsured and uninsured women. There's a Women in Women and Children Health program.
That's great information. So I'm really excited to hear about the Saturday Night Fever event. Now, I understand it's going to be hosted by two very kind of important, influential people in our community. Ronnie and Clarice Holden will be the hosts. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
So let's talk about that event, like really important stuff, like when, where, and what to wear. I'm so excited.
Well, it's going to be Saturday, February 29th from 7 to 11 at the Isles in Ocean Isle Beach.
Hey, I heard it's newly remodeled.
It is. They're in the middle of the remodeling process right now. I know we went in for a meeting and we're just so excited. We're going to be the second event that's going to be happening in the Isles since their renovation, so we're very excited. All new floors. I mean, it's getting a true facelift. So it's a fun space for us to work in, and because we're going to create a whole Studio 54 vibe.
Really?
It's going to be just like stepping in Studio 54. We're going to have champagne upon arrival, a red carpet with photography. You'll have your photographs taken immediately when you arrive. All you have to do is supply them with your email address and they'll send those over to you. There will be a silent luxury item auction.
Whole separate room.
Yes.
Nice.
With a list of luxury items,
Really?
fanciful trips, exciting experiences, and high quality luxury items.
Yes.
Okay.
And this year we're actually doing something. Cindy headed all this up. We're doing online bidding for our auction. So if you want to start bidding early, it'll open a week in advance.
Oh, nice.
So all you do
That
is
will
just
make it exciting.
download the app on your mobile phone, and you'll be able to bid at the beginning of the week.
Wow, that sounds like
And that information will be on the website.
It'll be on the
Is that
website,
correct?
absolutely.
okay.
Where you can find all the ticket sales and sponsorships. If anyone wanted to donate or do a sponsorship, absolutely. Everything's all listed on there.
You missed one very important part: what to wear.
Oh, I apologize. Well, I want everything glitz, glam, full Studio 54, bell bottoms.
Full-blown 1970s disco
Yes.
regalia.
I have to
Absolutely.
throw mine away. I have to buy new.
Well, for some, that wasn't their most favorite decade.
Yes.
But still, it'll be fun to resurrect that and see what everybody comes up with. We'll have a costume contest.
Yes.
There'll be a dance contest. There will be a halftime dance show with some professional people doing a little
that'll
dance.
be
Yeah.
nice.
Yes.
Fully lit disco dance floor and all the music you'd expect to hear.
Now, I know that this event is also a kickoff for a very important campaign. Is that correct?
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about that, because that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. This is all for our behavioral health campaign. It's called A Path Forward. This is for...
A Path Forward.
That's correct. This is for behavioral health patients. We're hoping to raise enough money to widen and expand our emergency room. Put in 5 new beds for behavioral health patients when they do come in and need services. They have their own wing, and it provides more privacy for people that are in the emergency room and people that are there serving as well. Another really important thing is that not a lot of people know this, but if anyone has a behavioral health need and they need to be transported, in the past, our local law enforcement have been the one to actually transport them. And during that transport, they have to be handcuffed and put in the back of it, and they are doing the best they can, and we're so blessed to have wonderful law enforcement to go above and beyond, but that's not necessarily their job, and this will allow us funding to have transportation for those behavioral health patients.
Absolutely.
To be able to handle them and handle transporting them and not putting our law enforcement.
Right. And females are especially vulnerable to losing a bed because when a female has a behavioral health issue, they have to wait for a female officer. So if one is not available, they have to wait for a shift change. So that puts... Right.
Yeah, and there are so few beds available for any patient, any behavioral health patient, and to lose one, you may wait another week.
That's critical time. That is absolutely critical time.
Yeah, I know from personal experience in rounding in the emergency department, there are often 4 and 5 patients waiting who have safety attendants with them, but they may be there a day or they may be there 5 or 6 days. You never know. So that's why I believe these beds are so sorely needed, and that it's the best thing we can do for the patients and the community here in Brunswick County. So
Absolutely.
I applaud you all for that. And that's how these funds from this event will be used, correct? To help grow those beds and enhance these resources. Okay, well, if there's anybody out there interested in this great night, how can they purchase sponsorships or tickets, and is it online? And it's real easy, right?
Very easy. Support Novant Health. .org. I apologize.
Yeah, supportnovonthealth.org.
Everything will be listed on the website. Sponsorship, ticket sales, everything, all the information. If you would like to look further in some more information about A Path Forward, it's all linked there on the website.
You could probably just Google Novant Health, Brunswick Medical Center Foundation, events, and then
Saturday Night Fever.
And Saturday Night Fever, and it's going to come up, right?
It will, absolutely. If you put
great.
Novant and Saturday Night Fever, it'll come right up.
Well, perfect. Before we wrap up, is there anything else we've left out that we need to throw in there? How about the price of the tickets?
$100 per ticket.
$100 a ticket?
Yes.
And are there sponsorships available?
There are sponsorships. They range from $500 and go up to $5,000.
Oh, awesome.
If we would love any more sponsors. It's a wonderful investment in our community.
It is. It truly is an investment in our citizens and Brunswick County.
It affects so many people.
One more time, when and where?
The Isles in Ocean Isle Beach.
Newly renovated.
Newly renovated.
February the 29th.
Yep, from 7 to 11.
And it's hosted by Ronnie and Clarice Holden.
That's correct.
Right. Well, thank you so much for being here today. This was really a fun interview.
Thank you.
I'm so excited. I've
much.
already been Googling clothes to wear.
I'm sure if you put in Saturday Night Fever and Novant Health, you're probably going to get a few
but some of the stuff I
suggestions.
came up with, I'm like, there ain't no way I'm wearing.
Sometimes the realistic expectation's not there.
Yeah. So we're really looking forward to Saturday Night Fever right here in Brunswick County.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
You.
You're welcome. Finally, let's welcome Paige Lippard and Christy Williamson so we can learn more about this year's Brunswick Beacon Health Expo. Welcome, Paige and Christy. We're so happy to have you back on the show.
Thanks for having us.
I know what time of year it is. When Christy shows up, I know what time of year it is.
It's the best time of the year, right?
But some of our viewers out there may not have met Paige yet. So I'm going to start with you, Paige.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and your role with Novant Health.
All right, for those who haven't met me, I am the Community Engagement Specialist for Novant Health Brunswick Medical Center. So I'm stationed at the hospital. With that role, I'm out in the community every day, and I also do all the charitable contributions and sponsorships for the hospital.
And you're a local girl.
I am a Brunswick County native, and it was time to come home, so here I am.
Well, we're happy at Novant Health that you came back to us. So, Christy, remind our viewers who you are and your role at the Brunswick Beacon.
Well, I have been at the Brunswick Beacon 20 years now, and I am a marketing sales executive and the special events coordinator. So, been taking care of this Health Expo for about 15 years
Long
now.
time. Yeah, and I think I've been there
Every year.
every year. So
Bigger and better all the time.
So that's what we specifically want to talk to you about today is the Brunswick Beacon Health Expo. And it's coming up on Saturday, February 22nd, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, again at the Charlotte Middle School. So what time does that start, Christy?
It begins at 9 a.m. and runs through 2 p.m. So there's lots to do. I would tell you to get there early to get signed up for some of the, especially the A1C screenings.
Oh, yeah.
Because there is a line and it takes a little bit of time.
It takes a little, yeah, it takes a little. I've worked that line before, so.
Well worth it.
Yeah, that's great. Who can attend this event?
It is open to everyone. There will be things there for kids, all through senior adults.
And does it cost anything?
It is absolutely free. And the screenings that you will be receiving inside are all free. So it is a fantastic way to find out a little bit more about your health and a little bit more about the providers that you can see.
That's true.
Once you find out what areas you need a little more.
Right, because I know that Novant Health will have several providers there, and there are several new ones in the area. So it'll be a good time to get acquainted with those, and if you're looking for primary care or such, it'll be a great way to meet those folks ahead of time. So Paige, I understand that Novant Health is the presenting sponsor for this event again this year.
Yes, we're glad to be partnered again.
Many years. So share a little bit about what Novant Health is offering at this event.
Right, so for those who haven't been out, we host a number of screenings, such as our RX Take Back. We'll have our,
Prescription Take Back?
Yes, the Prescription Take Back. When you come in the gym, we'll have our A1C screenings happening, simple blood draw, and then we'll actually give you on-the-spot results there to talk with a counselor, talk through it with them. When you go into our gymnasium, we'll have our hernia screenings happening. We'll have some of our providers out there hosting those screenings, and so a good chance to talk to them about any questions you may have. And whenever you get done with those screenings, a good time to check out our Da Vinci robot that we'll have out there.
Is pre-registration required for any of the screenings?
No, there will be no pre-registration for any of the screenings hosted at Charlotte Middle School.
That's awesome. Now, you briefly mentioned the Da Vinci robot. Will people who are attending be able to play on it and try it out for themselves?
Right. Last year we had a ton of kids that got to sit on the Da Vinci robot and see some of our doctors out there, kind of get to see what it would be like to be a real life surgeon.
Yeah, I remember the kids really enjoyed that, but some of the adults did too. It was pretty cool. Yeah. Now, I know that you're offering, Novant Health is offering mammograms and on the mobile unit, correct?
Yes. So right when you come into our, once you've parked, you'll see our mobile mammo bus right there at the front entrance. You're welcome to do those screenings. And if you have any questions about financial assistance, you can reach out to us because that's offered as well.
I understand, I believe in the past that if they have insurance, we will bill their insurance for them.
Yes.
However, there is an assistance program for those who qualify.
There is.
And those mammograms would be free to those ladies and men too.
That's correct.
There are, oftentimes men need to have a mammogram also.
Yes.
How about the free medication disposal?
Right, so when you walk in the front doors, we usually have a station set up with one of our pharmacy techs and our pharmacist manager, and they will take those medications back. So if you have anything sitting around that you don't use anymore, it's a good idea to bring those to us and let us dispose it for you.
Yeah. Is Novant Health offering the shredder service again this year?
We are doing this shredder service. That will be there as well in the front entrance. So when you come in, if you have any questions.
Those are usually right in the turning circle, right, Christy?
Right where the buses are usually parked.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Christy, tell me a little bit about what else is going on at that event. It sounds like Novant Health is doing a lot. What else?
Oh, there are lots of screenings that will be going on. We will have hearing screenings.
Good.
We do have vision screenings, which would be the
Nice.
glaucoma, pressure, and eyeglass adjustments.
Nice.
There we will have dental programs there. We are also having bone density screenings.
Nice.
So there is something for everyone. And there's also lots of free information and giveaways at a lot of,
Of course.
different events. So you'll be able to be introduced to a lot of the area retirement facilities and different programs throughout the county.
Good. Well, that's a lot of stuff, and I'm always excited about that event. I'm always glad that we participate in that. So before we wrap up, is there anything either of you would like to mention that we may have missed?
There is one other thing. We did have, we have our pediatricians setting up a table this year, and they have a new clinic to our area.
That's right.
So like we mentioned, bring your kids to see the robot, but they will also be offering hearing and vision screenings as well. So it's a
Nice.
good time to come meet those pediatricians.
Yeah, that's a brand new practice with 2 female pediatricians.
Yes.
It's, I hear it's really,
Yes, it's really, really doing well.
really
and
taken
it's a
off.
good time.
Yeah, great. Well, I know I'm looking forward to the Brunswick Beacon Health Expo. So, Christy, tell our viewers the dates and times again for the Health Expo.
It is February 22nd, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Schlote Middle School, which is 225 Village Road. And if you have any other questions, please give me a call at 910-754-6890.
Great. Well, thank you both so much for coming today. Lots of great information, and I will see you at the event.
Sounds
you there.
great. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for tuning in to ATMC TV's HealthWatch. I hope this information was beneficial for you and your family. If you have any questions or topics that you would like to see discussed on a future show, please email them to atmctv@atmc.com. Visit novanthealth.org for more information on Novant Health Brunswick Medical Center, local doctors, and general health information. Thanks again for joining us today. Be sure to join us next time for HealthWatch on ATMC TV.
I applied for the grant because we needed access to Chromebooks more on a daily basis. We had 3 desktop computers in our classroom, and we have a roaming cart that we would get maybe once every 2 weeks. So the Chromebooks allow us to have at least maybe a 2-to-1 ratio where kids can use the digital resources that Brunswick County Schools provides for us. And there are actually quite a few digital resources, but we need the devices in order to access them. We have textbooks that are 25 years old. So it gives us access to the real world of science, which changes every day. And we are able to use the Chromebooks, and we're able to go to websites and experience things that our textbook hasn't even thought about. We're just so very thankful that ATMC supports education in our county. It means so much to the students and the teachers here that we have community support and that they are willing to donate things that we may not have access to for years. It may be 5 years before we're one-to-one. So I'm now almost one-to-one thanks to ATMC. And without community support, we would be behind. So they're keeping us level with other schools, other districts, and other states because of community money from ATMC.
Thank you, ATMC!
At ATMC, it's all about you. So when you build your own bundle at atmc.com, you get exactly the services you want, like blazing fast internet with speeds up to 1 gigabit per second, more than 200 channels of digital cable, unlimited nationwide calling, plus the safest home on the block. At ATMC, you get faster speeds, more choices, and bigger savings, because it's all about you. Build your bundle today with ATMC.
Getting an alert the kids made it home safely or need to let guests in when you're not there. That's ATMC Security. And then there's the time when having professionally monitored smart home security really matters. ATMC Security offers remote access, real-time alerts, video monitoring, and interactive security, keeping you connected to your home from wherever you are. Start with 24/7 emergency monitoring for burglary, smoke, fire, and carbon monoxide for as low as $17.95 per month. ATMC Security. Safeguard your home.
This is ATMC TV, your community channel.